Welcome friends, again in second part of Learn Angular.js file from scratch to advance. In second part we will learn about some files like as Angular-cli.json file, then Package.json file and then tsconfig.json file. These three files play a major role in Angular.js 5 application configuration. So let's first start with the Angular.js Angular-cli.json file. All the global configuration for Angular.js application is configured in this file. So we will learn about each and every name that here written in Angular-cli.json file. First is the project. In this project object there is a name, key, and this is the employee registration system. So name is the string and this will show the name of the project. Now come to the apps array. Properties of different applications in this project. First property is root. The root directory of this app. Currently it is the src folder. Then out.dir. Out.dir for building the results. The default file means where after building our application in the production mode, where the default files will be stored. Default it is the dist folder. Then assets. Here in assets array we will describe the assets that we will use in our application. And index. So the name of the start HTML file. By default it is the index file. We can change it as our configuration or as our index as our HTML file name. Main. This is the entry point of our TypeScript file, means the main file. So this is the main.ts. Polyfills. The name of the polyfills entry point file loaded before the app is loaded, means the polyfills that is required to run the application is loaded before the application load. The name of that file is defined here. The test. Name of the test entry point is defined here. This is called the test.ts file. This test.ts file is available in the src file. This is called the tsconfig. This file describes the configuration of the TypeScript file. Then testconfig. Testconfig file describes the TypeScript configuration file for unit test. And the prefix. Prefix to apply to generate the selectors. By default app. So, and this is the styles array. Here we will describe the global style files. This is our scripts, and in scripts array we will describe our global script file. Now come to the environment source. The environment source file describe the environment config files. Like environments, this dev for the development environment.ts file, and for the production this is the environment.prod.ts file. Now E to E means end to end testing configuration. This is the protractor.config.json file. Here this is the protractor.config.json file. This is the test case runner. Come to the lint array. In the lint array, we will describe the tsLint configuration file properties, like as the project location of the tsconfig.json project files. This is the tsconfig.app.json file, tsconfig.spec.json file, and tsconfig.spec.json file. And exclude the here in this exclude key, we will exclude the global files that will not means that will be the ignored. Now come to the test. This is the test configuration file. Here test is using the karma is using for testing. So test configuration file is described here. This is the key karma key config file is karma.conf.js, and this file is available here. Default. Specify the default value for generating styles or the pools or the components. So this is all about the Angular CLI configuration file. Now come to the Package.json file. So here just I will sorry. So in Package.json file is core to the Angular.js ecosystem and is the basic part of understanding and working with the Angular.js, NPM and Node.js and even the modern JavaScript. The Package.json is used as what equates to manifest about the applications, modules, packages and more. As a developer in the Angular.js ecosystem or Node.js ecosystem, understanding the basic of the Package.json is one of the first steps to really kicking off your development experience with the Angular.js. Now come start with the configuration of Package.json file. First property here, the name. This describes the name of your module. Second property, this is called the version property. Version property is a key part of the Package.json as it denotes the current version of the module. It denotes the current version of the module. Third property is the license property. The license property of the Package.json file is used to note what license the module that the Package.json file is describing. Now come to the scripts. The script property takes an object with the key value pair, key and value pair as described here. Each one of the key in this key value pair is the name of the command that can be run. ng start, build, test, lint and e2e. These are the keys and the corresponding name value is ng. This is the ng command, ng serve command, ng build prod command, ng test command and ng lint, ng e2e command is written here. Then dependencies. Dependency of a module in the package.json file is where the dependency describe where the dependencies the other module that this module uses are defined. Means this module, our current employee registration system, is using the Angular animation, Angular common, Angular compiler, core form. So this describe the all about these dependency and what is the versioning of these dependency. Here it is defined. So second is, come to scroll down, depth dependency. The depth dependency is identical to the dependencies property in terms of structure, with only the key difference is that depth dependency property is used to define the dependency that a module need to run in the production mode. These are the modules that is used to run in the production mode, and the depth dependencies define the module that is used to run only in the development mode. So this is all about the package.json file. Now third file, that is also the configuration file. This is called the ts.config file. ts.config file is a JSON file that is used to define how the TypeScript compiler compile the TypeScript code to the JavaScript so that each and every browser knows and run your application in the browser. Because browser doesn't know about the ECMA 6 or more level of JavaScript standard. Browser work only with the ECMA 5 level. So it will transpile into the ECMA 5 level. Here, output directory. This directory clearly shows that the output folder where all the transpiled or built our application files will be stored. This source map file, it is true. This will create .map file corresponding to the TS files. Declaration is true. Module resolution. It determines how the module get resolved. Module will be resolved using the Node.js, emit decorator metadata and experimental decorator. It enable experimental support for ES7 decorator. What is the target type? This define the target means the target type that the tsconfig file transfile the ts in ES5 or ES3 level. So this is all about the tsconfig file configuration. In this second video, we have learned more about the configuration of the Angular CLI, Package.json and tsconfig files. So we have learned all the basics about our Angular.js application. In third video, we will learn how to use the bootstrap to design our application, and we will create a employee registration system. Thank you for watching my video.